Good morning, everyone. We've got a big crowd here today. Franco, good morning. MT, good morning. And Gerald, good morning. Although some of you might be filtering in after, because I know you guys come and comment early. Good morning, everyone. How's everyone doing? Yeah, Franco really got us worried yesterday, huh? That's for sure. I hope everyone is good today. Pre-filtered. Yeah. So yesterday, I had to shovel twice. I think we got over 30 centimeters, maybe 36 centimeters. Not 100% sure, but a lot. There was a lot of snow. And thankfully this morning, the plow has not, well, the plow has come by, but it hasn't made a giant snowpack. Ooh, these rechargeables are tight fits. What are we doing this morning, by the way? We are going to take a picture for the thumbnail. And I just thought of something I wanted to try. So the video for this is complete. It is edited. It is online. I need to make still the thumbnail, the description, all those things. So it'll go to Patreon today, for sure. But I had a thought yesterday that I want to try something before it goes to, before we make the thumbnail. So I just need to find something that I hope I have. Oh, here, perfect. Perfect. Ooh, smells bad. I want to see if the 2500 volts will bridge the gap on a spark plug. How's it going, JB? Line. You know what? I don't want to hold this. I'm going to try to put it in a way that you guys can see it. So that means it needs to go this way. Might be hard to attach the ground. Printed some of those vices. Good model. I think the tolerance is way too wide. I don't know. It fits perfect. I think it's just an old model, an old creation. Okay, so here we go. Are you ready? Are we gonna gap the spark plug? Nope. We did not. But we're not done here. Let me just get a bashing apparatus. Don't really have a hammer down here. Do have a snap-on ratchet. No supports needed, so really made for... not at that distance. No. Oh, yeah, for sure. There's, yeah, I'm going to close the gap a little bit. There's, in an automotive system, there's about 30,000 volts. I was just curious to see if this would work. So let's... okay, we've got a very small gap now. It might pass, it might not. These are, this is for my outboards. But my outboards are, they're all in the basement here with me. Okay. Here we go. This is plastic, but it's not like insulative as much as I would hope. Here it goes. Oh yeah. We've got spark. Don't know if you can see that. Tiny little sparkies. So we can actually use the spark gap to measure the voltage. That's pretty cool. It I don't know if you can see it on camera, but it's actually going brrr. It's like zapping. So it's charging up, releasing, charging up, releasing, charging up, releasing, very, very quickly. Very cool. Yeah, the air is super dry in here, so I would say it's dry air in here. Well, that was what I wanted to do this morning. It smells a little bit like... it smells a little burny in here. Not sure why. Maybe I'll just exhaust whatever's going on here to the outside. Actually, remind me that my exhaust is on because it is like -30 outside. So I don't want to be throwing all my heat outside. Oil and ozone. Yeah, a little bit oily. That's for sure. Okay. So we can take a thumbo of this. I don't have, I need a stool. Like a stepladder or something. Because this is a big device. I might actually, for the first time, send my thumbnail through GPT. I don't have a 30 kilovolt tester. Well, I have a coil. I have an ignition coil. Hang on a sec. Ignition coil. Ugh. Here's an ignition coil. The only thing is you need a ground too. What voltage is an ignition coil? Roughly 30 kilovolts. More or less 30 kilovolts. So the problem is with this is it's long, and you need to hook up the you need to hook up a ground to here. It has to share the ground with the coil. So it's a little bit of a pain in the butt. This one is one I have because it was overheated. This is in a 06 to 11 Civic. This is from the ones that this is from the ones that had the engine blocks with the porous casting. So they overheat, and then you warranty the block, and if the coils got too hot, you warranty the coils too. So we had customers that had 300,000 kilometers or 400,000 kilometers on their cars get brand new engines from that recall. Was very good. It paid like crap for us. It was 8 hours to replace an engine and do an alignment under warranty. Kind of BS. Okay, let's take a photo of this. Don't know how long the number is going to stay on the screen. I'm going to move my coffee. Going to grab my thumbnail camera. Going to move my tripod. Everything's in the way down here. Thumbo camera. Does it have a SD card? Of course it doesn't have an SD card. By the way, the reason why ignition coils have to have such huge voltages is because under compression, there is so many more air and fuel and oil and crap molecules between the two electrodes of the spark plug that it's much more resistance than open air. So at idle, your spark voltage is far lower than it is at wide open throttle. It's a very interesting feature. Okay, this we need to tilt it back a little bit. So let's give this a little bit of a tilt. It may not want to be tilted, so I'm gonna stick this in there. That looks much better, but I'm missing my mat now. Let's move it forward. A little bit less light on the subject. We're going to try anyways. Hit the live view. Yeah, I can't get high enough. I need a... Actually, I don't need a stool. The big problem is that I can't shoot down high and like I have to get far. I have to shoot down on it. So I actually don't get a good angle here. I don't just need a stool, I need higher ceilings. No, that should work. I think I got it. So fun fact, I actually teach that in theory, it's possible that if the little electrode breaks off the spark plug, this is part of the stuff I teach. If the little electrode breaks off the spark plug, the gap becomes so large that at wide open throttle, it could be too big for the arc to pass, which means your coil is just going to be building voltage up and possibly beyond of its range of insulation, and it could fry your coil. On my my V70, my old Volvo, not the one I have now, I did a wide open throttle pull, full boost, and I immediately got a loss of power, a flashing check engine light, and it felt like it was running like shit. I pulled it into the shop. I checked it. Your mechanics teacher had a French accent, he'd always say in theory. There we go. And it was misfiring from, let's say, cylinder 3. I think it was cylinder 3. I pulled the coil out. I pulled the spark plug out. And the spark plug had broken the platinum tip. And it was missing. And then I tested the coil on another cylinder. The coil was dead. So, exactly what I teach in theory had happened to me. Pretty crazy. That's what happens when you don't double check your stuff when you buy a used car. But I mean, it was running. So I left it, and then it turns out that was not the correct idea. All right, let me see. I'm just going to transfer my thumbnails to this place, then this place, and then this place, and then this place, and then this place. I'm going to open I'll show you the screen momentarily. Ooh, there's an exclamation mark. I don't know why. That's the shot there. I always like to do automatic to start, but then I tune it from there. So we want a bit more brightness, a lot more contrast. We want vibrance and saturation up. Want to really get those colors popping. Saturation's a bit much. A little bit of clarity, because I'd like a little bit of texture almost. Okay, I'm gonna drop the highlights a little bit. Oh, not too much. Up the shadows. No, give it more shadow. Usually start by giving it a crop, but I always regret it. So let's grab this guy. We're gonna grab the special pen. Gonna grab this device. Gonna select, oh, it's okay, we're just doing a rough pass first. Clean it up after. Get out of here. Let's go. This is adding, this is removing. You know what's silly? I really should be using the camera I use for video to be doing this. But the convenience of having two cameras is so much better. You know what? I'm going to grab the whole shadow and decided. Like so. Refine this edge a little bit. There we go. That should be good. Delete, deselect. So there is my device. Now we can make a copy of this, duplicate layer, and now we can apply filters on that layer at will. Oops, what am I doing? Gonna get my framing right here. Maybe I want even tighter than that. I don't think this will have the effect I want. Let's use the regular type tool. Put this on top. Use bigger. 72. And then I need some sort of oops, misspelled lightning. Hey, where'd it go? You're gonna make me make an account? No. Let me see. Whoop. Downloads. There we go. back to here. Let's grab this portion, go away. Let's grab this and image. Can I just select? How do I do that? Just this layer. How's it going, Lock Watcher? Hey, I thought you said you weren't. Oh no, wait. MT said he wasn't working. Edit. Transform. Flip. Horizontal. There we go. Okay. Pop that down under there. Give this a little bit of a stroke. I think that should be good. What do you guys think? Do you like the thumbnail? Yes. No. I click on anything. All right, poll is up. Vote on the poll. Maybe I could have dusted it a little. We're gonna go, while the poll populates, I'm just gonna go turn off the ventilation so I'm not heating for outside. Don't need to heat for outside. There we go. Off. Vote in the poll, guys. Only 2 votes. Close the vent. Yeah. Done. All right. Next thing, I'll show you how I do my Gemini. I'll show you how I do my the parts of the process I don't like. Give me a second. Send you over there. All right. So this is how I do my descriptions. I have some text. How's it going, MT? Yeah, YouTube sucks on descriptions, on notifications. So I have some text to ask for SEO tags. And then I go ahead, actually, here. I can even do it like this. You describe what the UT, what's it called again? UT 502C is and does. Okay, you can grab this. Like that. I made a video unboxing it, testing it, and praised it for being inexpensive. There we go. And then it's going to give me my SEO tags. I absolutely hate doing tags, so this is perfect. Let me go to my YouTube studio. There we go. Go into my content, edit. Oops, put that in the wrong spot. There's the tags. So we are at, so it said 485 characters. We are actually at 579. So I have to delete some. There we go, 500 on the dot. Okay, can you make me a factual description of my video? Don't add more than 5% personality and keep it brief, please. A site visit at a closed down dental office for renovation. Oh, interesting. Okay, so this is not a good, this is not good at all. So I think AI doesn't capture my voice very well, so I'll use that as a, in this video, I unbox and take a first look at the UT 502C insulation tester Megger. It seems like incredible bang for the buck, and units costing way more often only go to 1000 volts. So at 2500 volts, if you need it, the value cannot be beat. I find that this thing is built like a tank. Let me know what tests I should perform on it. Banggood kindly sent this to me, so I recommend buying it from them. And we'll go on Banggood, we'll get the link. UT502C. Is there an... I forgot how to make affiliate links to Banggood. Oh, I have to go in the back end, I think. Ad Center, products. Can I do a search? Oops. 502C. Come on, dude. Work with me here. You need UT502C. Are you serious? It can't find it. Installation tester. Oh my God. Oh, 620C plus. Ooh, there's a higher end model. God damn it. Can I just want to make an affiliate link? Why does this have to be so hard? Is there a... Yeah, there's a product ID number. There we go. Oh, get link. Copy. Okay. Good. You've never ordered from Banggood. It's actually, so now, hang on a second, I gotta check something. CAD, save, T502C. Okay, good. So during COVID, a lot of things lost the free shipping, but now it's good again. The other thing is, it's like super fast. So I kind of like it. It's, how do I explain it? It's a more curated version of AliExpress. Some of the things are a little bit more expensive, but when they're on the flash sales, sometimes it's better. The other thing, and Banggood will probably never watch this live stream, so I can say, the other thing is, because this is much more curated, it's so much easier to be like, oh, interesting, I like this thing. Right, let's say 1 battery, 2 batteries, so 174.06. Then you can go like this and then go on AliExpress. You know, you've got the, oh, fuck off, AliExpress. See how AliExpress is like cancer? Stop. Go away. So now you can search it up and actually 183.41 with 1 battery. It's actually cheaper with 1 battery, is like 20 bucks cheaper. So it really depends on what you're into, but the Banggood website for shopping is way more refined. You get a far fewer listings, and so it's just things that Banggood is willing to sell, essentially. Probably not lithium batteries from Canada. Oh, they do sell lithium batteries. Can they be shipped? Shipped from US? Pass. Oh yeah, actually, if you're American, they have American warehouses. So does AliExpress, but not for all of them. Okay, so basically nobody said that the thing was crap. The thumbnail was crap. Here, I'll do Franco's job. There's the results. So let's go to here. We're going to save this as a thumbnail, and we're going to export it. Great quality. Then we need to drop the scale down because YouTube has stupid size requirements. 2 megabytes is the maximum size for a thumbnail, by the way. I think if you're a monetized channel, I think you should be allowed 5. I mean, they converted on the back end anyways. Probably to a WebP. 65. You'll do Franco's job too? Going to be looking at Ali for the American warehouses. Oh, you need T, that's why. Video, this one, thumbnail, save. All right, and now I just need a title. Let's upload the file. Videos, thumbnail, open, there we go. Title is going to be Test Like a Pro, Spend Like a Peasant. Uni T, UT502C, Insulation Tester, Megger, First Look. Okay, save that. Now I just need my like so, and now I just need to put my gobbledygook at the bottom. People say I didn't link my live stream channel anywhere except it's linked on every single video. Like so. Like so. Save. Now all I need to do is post it onto Patreon. Post it. Post. Come on, Patreon is so slow. What is going on? Embed URL. There it is. Title, honestly, you should just scrape it from my title. Paid access, yep. Good. Publish. I gotta post it onto my I don't know if I have any channel members. I don't think so, but whatever. I post it there anyways. Oops. So, all channel members, post, and one more secret place. Done. All my early access has been posted. We are done. So everyone who wants to see it now can see it in early access. You just got the Patreon. I didn't even... Are you a Patreon for real? Are you a free Patreon member or a Patreon member? Because I thought you used to be a channel member. I also did the... There is a secret ending screen, as always. Oh my god, Banggood is such a pain in the ass. Every time I log into Banggood, I get an email saying, "Oh, you've got a super secret discount. You're so lucky." Thanks, Banggood. If it happens every single time I log in, I don't think it's a super secret discount. That's done. We are done. We have posted the video. It's probably going to go live tomorrow, but early access gets early access. So there we go. So now we need to edit 2 more videos, but we're not going to do that here. So this is good. This is good. Let's put it back in its little case. Oh. Oh, this is the wires for the power supply, not for... Okay, I thought this was the Meggers cables. The Meggers cables would have been better for the spark plug. Opens way bigger. Is there a way to mark this Finercy? No, probably not. So we got the Finercy video to edit and the other one. You are on the bigger thank you. Oh, look at that. Good timing. Awesome. Well, thank you guys for supporting. I mean, don't get me wrong. Anybody who is here in the chat is also supporting. So if you feel like it's not worth it to support monetarily, that's completely fine. I am not upset in any way, shape, or form. I appreciate you either way. These are really tight. Also, Patreon is nice and all, but I would much rather get money from companies, sponsors. Yeah, I noticed you're here like all the time, Gerald. So yeah, I would much rather all my content be free. But I will say, I just took out my Patreon payment in start of January. And although it's not a lot in the big scheme of things, it goes far for the channel. Like, the reason I can go to AliExpress and buy things without like thinking too much about it is definitely the Patreon. 100%. That's not what I wanted. I need to find a USB charger somewhere. If I were a USB charger, where would I be? I guess I could use my phone charger. Wait, there's a plug there. Hang on. Wait a minute. Now where's my battery charger? This, I can't lose this. God damn it. I swear this disorganization is going to be the death of me one day. Everything's going to come crashing down on my head. Okay, this. Actually, it did come crashing down on my head once, didn't it? What fell on my head? I don't even remember. I don't know if that's brain damage. Switched from TV to YouTube. Dan is not streaming that much. I mean, I can stream more. The thing is, to be honest, to stream more at this point, I would need a stream sponsor. I've reached out to a company about sponsoring, and they politely but firmly said no. At least I got a reply though. That was good. The thing is, the stream doesn't generate any income. The only income it generates is that I work on the stream. So I get stuff done. So in that sense, it generates income. But yeah, it's not even monetized. I'm not even close to being monetized. Let's see. Keep you motivated to do the boring stuff without getting bored. Very nice. I'm glad I could be that for you. Because honestly, if I'm being 100% honest, you guys are that for me. You guys that are in the chat here. Because as you can see, a lot of the production is boring. A lot of the production is like testing things or filming things. Can you make an EMP device? I don't think that the Canadian authorities would be happy with me making an EMP device. I also think that it would not be wise to set off an EMP device when I'm surrounded in electronics. Like literally surrounded in electronics. So the answer to your question is no, but welcome to the stream, 1929G Y5T. I don't think that would be a wise take. All right, let's go through, see what we can work on. So, the edit is done. We can smash that. The train system, I think that's a PCB way video. At least the electronics of the train. I think I might have a brushed, I do. So I got this bad boy here. Yeah, especially, yeah, I'm in Ottawa, so the nation's capital. So I do have this. This is a 80 amp ESC. But I don't know if I believe it. I have a Tesla coil. So I don't know what the there we go. Brushed ESC. It says it can handle 80 amps, but that's probably peak. I don't know what the continuous is. The plan is to use this on the trolling motor. Let's see what they say. Specifications, continuous and peak current. We're just about to find out what the manual says here. It says 80 amps, so here, continuous, and then peak current. It says 80 amps continuous, 400 amps peak. I am not convinced. I am truly not convinced. Can I run this? Can I attach this? Okay, here's a question. Can I hook this up to an electronic load? Will this drive an electronic load? Is that doable? What do you guys think? Do you think I can hook this up to my lithium battery and try to pull 600 watts out of this? Because why would a motor controller not be able to do that? It should be able to do that, right? And then we can check the heat output. How's it going, Franco? I'm glad it was just your digital clock. I was pretty worried, to be honest. When you say stuff like emergency and then you leave, I was a bit worried. I was like, do we call the bobbies? But then where do we call them to? Be like, oh, you know Franco, that guy. Okay, so this can be a video. Me just dicking around in the workshop. I do need to grab a couple things. So we're just going to give this a try. We're going to hook it up to the biggest electronic load that I have. We're going to hook it up to a servo tester. And we're going to hook it up to my lithium battery, which is here. Ooh. I mean, it's lighter. It's lighter than a regular battery, but it's not light. So this one is hooked up. I just knocked something off the desk. I don't know what it is. It's a little dusty. Hang on. Oh, I probably just blew the dust right into my coffee. That was great. Give me a second. I will try to clear the dust off of it. I literally have no flat surfaces left to put my coffee on. That's great. Is that for the train motor? No? No? It's, well, could be. I mean, in a sense it could be, but it's not specifically for, it's for my boat's electric motor. So I bought it based on the spec. It says it can do a buttload of current, 80 amps, and my trolling motor takes a maximum of 40. Hold on, I'm just gonna make some noise here. Just dusting this off a little bit. Okay, so should be fully charged. Yeah, the circuit. Yeah, this, I bought it for my boat motor, but it could be for the train too, because the train is also going to use a brushed DC motor. Okay, so what I need to do is I'm going to set this to charge, because although it has enough charge in it, I can charge it more. So yeah, here's the plan. I'm going to set this to charge, and then I'm going to take a break, make a coffee, and go get another tool, which is my Unity temperature tester. And then we're going to make up leads to hook this up with a breaker to a connector like this. Although I don't need a breaker, I have a fuse. I don't know if you guys saw this. This is my homemade fuse box. So this is a 30 amp fuse. No, this is I think this is 100 amp fuse. I forget what this one is. Oh, 60 amp fuse. Okay, so we can use this wire here, and that'll be a 100 amp or a 60 amp fused connection. Oh, you know what? Okay, no break, not yet, because I've wanted to make an adapter for my charger for this thing for a long time, and now is the opportunity. So we're gonna do that. Okay. Bear with me. We're gonna adapt this connector to my charger. So that's the first step. Oh, I just need this out of the way. Okay, but I'm still gonna charge my battery while we chat about it. So let me disconnect. There we go. Okay, positive on positive. Yeah, you can be a bear if you want. We are inclusive. We are inclusive in this community. There we go. Battery is over here. I mean, charger is over here. It's one of the world's cheapest chargers, so it could burst into flames at any moment. Okay, so the charger is telling me it's full, but then it also is charging at 10 amps, so I don't think it's full. Okay, so now the adapter we need is the female side of this, male side of that, sorry. Oh, I don't see gender. And we've got some here. So this guy here, and we'll grab the other side too. Okay, so we're charging this thing, so it's nice and flammable, which is great. We're going to plug these together because that's just easier. Wow, these are cheap ass connectors. They don't even have the polarity markings. Okay, anyways, flat side is positive. Yeah, wow, these are the lowest quality XT60s I have ever seen. Look at the flashing. Okay, put these together. And now we're going to solder on some wires. So we're gonna need this. We're gonna have to move all this shit. You guys can't see it, it's off screen, but trust me, there's a lot of shit to move. And then we're gonna grab this so you guys can see what I'm doing. There we go. What an absolute mess. Okay, so we need this one. Flat side positive. Good. Now we need to grab some cable. So I have two options. I can either use small wire, small gauge wire, but in a convenient package. So I have this stuff. This is way too small gauge. This is, I don't know. I bought a roll of this stuff to wire up the boat, which may have been a mistake. It's way too thin gauge. Okay, so not going to use that. Or I could use my fancy silicon wire. Which I suppose I could. But I have almost none left. And it's 12 gauge. So this is nice thick wire. Probably should use it, but I'm so cheap. Had to order a bunch of oddball stuff AliExpress yesterday for a pedal. Good to see if you play around, try hard enough that free shipping is starting to come back. Yes, especially on the choice items. I find the choice items is where it's at. Okay, so this is it's 2 feet. That's 4 feet. I'm so cheap, guys. I'm so cheap. I'm like mentally having an explosion right now. Using 4 feet of cable. It's like, why did you buy wire if not to use it, Dan? Why did you buy it? It's not to look at. It's not just pretty wire. You can order more. Everything will be okay. I'm like flipping out. Everything's going to be all right, Dan. You're not going to die over a little bit of cable being used for something that you're going to use all the time. Stop being a little bitch. Oh my God. Are you guys like that, or is it just me? Am I the only one who is like reluctant? It's like, you know how like we make fun of people who have like the nice towels. You're not supposed to use the nice towels, right? But this is what I do, but with like wire. It's like, what's wrong with me? Why can't I just use the wire I buy for projects in projects? Like, do I have a mental problem? You don't have to answer that. Pretty sure I know the answer. Okay. Like so. We need to put on some heat shrink. That is way too thick. Where is the other heat shrink? Oh, I have red. Is that also black? Oh, stretch. Yes. I think this will do just fine. You collect parts and think you're saving them for some world-changing projects, so don't play around with them. Yeah, see, it's not just me. And also, welcome to the stream, Smith Does Stuff. I'm glad you are doing stuff. Is it crazy? Like, do we have problems? I think we have problems. Okay, I'm just gonna eyeball this. Dan, it's not that important. So we're still charging this at 10 amps. Oh, we should probably turn on the soldering iron, shall we? The thing is, too, if I'm just patient, okay, 1 month of, like, first of all, wire is not that expensive. This nice silicone wire, not that expensive. If I just cash in a month's worth of my Patreon patronage, I can buy more 12 gauge. Like, I'm okay. I'll be able to buy more than the 4 feet that I'm using in this project. So, like, I just need to be zen about it. But I think that's what happens, because I grew up, I don't want to say poor. We weren't poor, but my family was irresponsible with their money. I didn't learn how to save money until I met my wife. My wife, they grew up with more hardship than us. But her mom was very smart in finances. Okay, so flat is positive. I just want to confirm it is. Okay. Yeah, soldering irons do work better when they're hot. It's going to be a lot of wire to heat here. You got to be careful on your pressure, because you don't want to splay the little strands. This is high quality wire, so it has very, very small strands. I don't have a big thermal mass iron, so what I'm doing is I'm being very patient, feeding in enough solder. There we go, that's all liquid now. Gets to the point where you can barely hold it. That's when you know. And this is silicone jacketed, so you're not going to melt it, which is good. And also the male connector is inside the female connector, and so there's more heat sink, and on top of that it won't distort the pins. So this is what we ended up as a solder joint. I think that looks, ooh, that's hot. I just touched that pin. See that pin in there? So that is a good strong solder joint. We have one pokey. We have one little pokey end right there, but it's not bad. I have double walled heat shrink So the bad part about this heat shrink is that you have to shrink it a little and then you can shove it up. Yeah, see, it didn't really go into the hole. It's okay. There we go. So this is a double wall with the resin inside. So we're gonna let that cool quite a bit before we do the other one. Okay, I'm gonna flip this over. Probably stick it out a little bit more. There we go. Good game. Legitimate XT60s work really well. These are not legitimate, but when I'm charging the lithium battery, I should only be drawing about 20 amps. Do you use leaded? I use leaded. Lead-free is a different skill altogether. I will say, if you struggle with lead-free solder, it's not just you. It's not impossible to learn. It's just, it is harder. And the other thing is, you don't get as much vibration, like toughness against vibration. Because sadly, vibration in like this is for my boat, for example, you're always going to get vibration. So the lead is nice and flexible, so it resists vibration. There's absolutely nothing wrong with lead-free, but it is a different skill all in itself. You have a much tighter window that you have to work within. Okay, so I'm just gonna make sure this is available here. I'm actually going to slide down the heat shrink a little bit. Technically, I don't need the heat shrink on it because the other side of the cable is open, but I do it anyways because of habit. If you get into the habit of always having your heat shrink on the wire, you're going to have fewer problems with forgetting heat shrink. You're never going to get away from it. Forgetting heat shrink is just a part of soldering, but you're going to have fewer problems with it. It's not quite wicking yet. So now the cable is accepting the heat shrink. I just want to make sure that the terminal is as well. Sorry, the solder. Okay, that's getting too hot to hold. So that means you have to hold it for a little bit longer. And let's check our joint. So we have a big solder blob. That's less ideal, but that's okay. The heat shrink will cover that. Did use a bit too much solder. That's okay. Still work. More is better than not enough. that's the plug covers you always forget, yeah. Okay, now I need my Snizors. Just gonna do an extra little touch here. So that was a double-walled heat shrink with resin. So here's another double-wall heat shrink with resin. I'm just going to slide that over both cables. And we're going to just reinforce that end a little bit. You can get a little wild when you pull apart these connectors, so I just want to make sure they're nice and sturdily protected. At some point I have to realize that a lot of the little tools I make myself, a lot of the, cables and whatever, I still use them like 5 years later. So if I put a little bit of extra care over the course of 5 years, that really adds up, right? Put a plug cover on backwards once. That was fun. Oh, great. So just a little bit of extra strain relief. I always do that. I pinch the heat shrink while it's still hot. So I leave a fingerprint in it. So at least now we're going to know it's mine for sure because it's got my fingerprints on it. Okay, that end was the easy end. The other end is not so much. Ugh. So there we go. There's the XT60 male, and that should fit inside my charger. So now we need this end. So this is a Anderson power pole. I think this is a 60 amp Anderson. It's got the big tongues in there. So I have all of those, all the parts I need for that. So I definitely have them. The question is where now? Because at some point I did throw a lot of this into my to-go bag. And the thing with to-go bags and me is that sometimes, oftentimes, I will not unpack them. And so it could be anywhere. I found one part of like 5, 2 parts of like 5, 3 parts of like 5. Sadly, it's not the main parts though. I remember doing a job for the boss man where he needed or he wanted me to make some connectors for a client. And I was like, oh, I've got these connectors at home. We don't need to buy hundreds of them, you know? Question is, where are they? Oh, lift, big lift. Nope. Oh, there's my wire strippers though. That's good to know. And an extension cord. That's also good to know. I can picture the box they were in. So here's some stuff we need. This is the weatherproof plugs for the back. These plugs. This is the weatherproof plug for the front. It's all dusty. Should probably rinse that. So that goes on the front of these Andersons, like so. Keeps the shit out of it. Then this is the handles. These guys really helps with plugging and unplugging them. So that's good. We are still charging at 10 amps. This is a full lithium battery, apparently. It's charging at 10 amps. So there's the stats on that. 9.24 amps. Okay. I could see the box in my mind's eye. That is not the same box. Is it underneath this box? Yes, it is. Okay, so I found the box that I'm thinking of, hoping it has my parts. If not, I might just cry. It does not have my parts. Okie dokie. That's not good. Okay, where could they be? At least I'm getting closer to a coffee break, so that got that going for me, which is nice. What are these? Oh, MC4 connectors, some sort of barrel jacks, some sort of pin headers, What is this? Oh. Okay. Interesting. This was parts I brought with me to fix my trailer. And now they're still in the box, like I said. Still in the away box. I mean, one day I'm gonna have to go through all this crap and do a good clean. But that's one day. Maybe I just yeeted it all in here. Oh, that's my capture card. That's good to know that's there. Oh yeah, that solar panel. Ow. Something fell out of the box and hit me on the toe. Okay, my label maker. No, not in here. So here's my thought. I think that at night, somebody breaks into my workshop and disorganizes everything. It must be that. It couldn't possibly be me, because that would make no sense. So I totally blame somebody else. Who? I don't know. Somebody. Is it this? Nope. Is it? Nope. Maybe one day I will open a $100 tier on my Patreon and I will stream to only those people what my workshop looks like. Okay, let's see. Matrix 2 for rewatch. Never liked the Matrix. What? It's not the box you're looking for. Wow. Thing is, I can picture it's all in one big Ziploc, but the question is that Ziploc inside of a box? Okay, well, regardless, or should I say irregardlessly, excuse me. Wait, let me just look in the 3D printer room. But what's going to happen is I'm going to take a quick coffee break very shortly. Sorry, I'm like dying. Oh, I think I found them. No, so close. I found my crimpers. I'm sorry, I'm away from my computer. I can't mute my coughing. I turn on the fan. Okay, I will take these broken wings and learn to fly again. Something, something, whatever that song goes. And then something, something the voices sing. Because I think in my going fishing box, I might have like 1 or 2 of those connectors, and that's all I really need, 1. So I'll take a break for coffee, and then I will come back and I'll continue my frantic descent into madness, and I'll take you guys with me, essentially, because we still need to hook that up. Good thing I started charging the battery before. So let's be right back for coffee, and I'll be back shortly. I'm back. Ta-da! Found the extra one. So good enough for now. This is actually the one I had set aside to do this with, to do the setup. So that's good. Ooh, I left my soldering iron on though. That's less good, but that's okay. Okay, before we start, I'll just turn off the soldering iron. It doesn't need to be cooking at 400C. And we are still charging a full lithium battery at 10 amps. So how full was it? You tell me. Get some of my wife's hair. Could probably sell that online for a pretty penny. Let's see here. All right. So how these connectors work, they are very cool. They are polarized, plus minus, but they are identical. The battery side and the load side are identical. They just connect inverse. You know, you flip 180, which is pretty neat. Also, to get the little tabs out, I don't know if you can see in there, there's a little spring. Push the little spring down, and then you can push the connector out. Usually it's easier if you push the terminal forward. So you push it forward, push the little spring down, and there we go, slides right out. So this is what the terminal looks like. And these are meant to be crimped. I'm going to solder. So same thing, going to push the terminal forward. So watch it come forward in the housing. So there we go, came forward. And then you just want to give it a good push, push, push. Oh, it hooked on. So you got to go forward again. Like that. Give it a good push, push, push. It hooked on again. If you're two people, it's much easier. Come on. It's a freaking heavy spring too. You could also just go underneath and like lift the tab. So you need the iron often. I'm not sure. Ugh. And this one's not cooperating. So yeah, the other option is to have someone else push the tab out. Maybe if I... come on. You can see the other spring. Look how high up it is. A lot of spring force. Which is nice because the spring force, it hooks here. Well, we'll get this out first. But it hooks the two connectors, the two terminals together very tightly. And obviously these are just Chinese copies. And we're going to flip it upside down, push it down. Nope. No go. Try to move it over to the other side. Push it forward. Try to bend the spring down from this side. No, it refuses to cooperate. Oh, there, it went. Perfect. So these tabs inside, they ramp on each other like this, and then they attach like that. So you see that? So they ramp and clip, and then the spring clips on this end here. See this little tab? That's where the spring hits. Okay. That's good. Now, I need a wooden block to hold this in because it's going to get way too hot. Won't be able to hold the cable or anything, so I'm going to drill a hole in there, bigger hole. I'm just going to bring it over to the drill press because I think I've already got a drill bit in it. And I apologize, but I do not have a camera over here. The drill press does have a drill bit in it, big enough, but it's not plugged in. Ugh. I do like literally have a power drill for this. Is it off? It's off. Ugh. Okay, good. Bring this over to a trash can and get the little filings out. There we go. That should work. Nice little hole. Oh yeah, no. It's just a small little thing. Okay, good. Now, this is where I innovated. I won't be able to find them now. And I'll be embarrassed in front of all my viewers, but the silicone covers on the back are a major pain in the butt to cut out. Oh, here, perfect. Yes, now I won't be embarrassed anymore. So these covers they are a pain to cut out. See, they're solid. They have a nipple there. That's just a nipple. If you try to cut them with anything, it really doesn't work. It's not made for that. So I bought these on AliExpress. These are leather punches. They're meant for leather. See, that one has a piece of silicone in there. And with this, you can easily punch the holes out on these things. Yep, I think this is the correct size too. Might go one size bigger, but I think this is fine. And so you just use this like so. You give it a thwack with a hammer, or you can just force it down if you don't want to smash onto your flat spots. So there we go. You just cut a perfect hole in these grommets. I feel like I am the innovator of this. I feel like I am the one who invented this. Makes a nice, perfect hole every single time. It is so simple to use. There you go. This one is key-shaped because I punched the nipple out, but that's fine. So yeah, just get yourself a piece of really cheap leather punches, and you've got whatever size you need. They couldn't have cost me more than like $5. Yeah, Franco did give us a scare, huh? At least, Franco, you know that we care about you. So that's a good sign, right? Okay, I'm going to want to expose quite a bit of copper here. And then expose quite a bit of copper here. We're going to turn on the iron. How's it going, Society of High and River Uwu? Looks like I have more viewers all of a sudden. That's good. Maybe one day I'll be able to monetize this channel. Not holding my breath though. Forgot to do the coffee stir for you guys. I'm going to set that away from the lead splashes. Okay, here it goes. We're still charging at 10 amps? We're still charging at 10 amps. All right, so my strategy, usually what I do is I fill the cup with solder. In this case, I'm not going to, because these cups are big. They're meant for wire sizes up to double what this is. So I'm just going to tin the wire as much as possible. Yeah, all of your full batteries love 10 amps. That's why you don't trust shitty chargers. The BMS in these lithium batteries can handle themselves. There we go. So I want to get a nice surplus of solder, more solder than I need. And on top of that, it's going to get this wire nice and hot. And then I'm just going to drop it in the cup. And then we're going to stuff the iron in there with the wire. And then we're just going to feed more solder. Until the cup becomes hot enough. There we go. Just going to hang on to that there. What kind of pack is it? It is a lithium iron phosphate trolling motor battery, essentially. 12 volt, you know, can get on Amazon type thing. It's literally from my boat. Oh, no, that's not good. It did, oh boy, that's hot. It didn't stick. Problem is when I remove the iron, I need to make sure the wire doesn't move. But the wire is very hot. Okay, I think we're good. Make sure nothing moves. We have to let this cool quite a lot. There's a lot of thermal mass in the tip of that. Like in this end here. It's a lot of metal. Long story, I am building an adapter So I can plug into my trolling motor battery. So then we can test a brushed speed controller. And we're gonna just test it live on video, essentially. Okay, so here's the completed solder. It is hot. Still very, very, very hot. The solder has wicked up into this portion of the wire, which is not a good sign because we might get brittle failures. But this is just a low stakes adapter, so I think we're going to be okay. It's just going to make it a little hard to get into the connector. Not an ideal situation, but it is what it is. Okay, now for the black. They are meant to be crimped, but the problem is they're meant to be crimped on wire double the gauge of this. This is 12 gauge, but my charger maxes out at 20 amps. So there's no sense of going like 8 gauge or up for 20 amps at a couple of feet. Although we're going to probably pull more than 20 amps on this test, but that's details. She sells details by the seashore. Okay, that is a lot of heat. Pop that in there, pop that in there. Get the, oh, you guys can't see. Get that jack hot. It's not accepting solder quite yet. I'm going to feed a little bit more solder in this one, try to get it right on the first try. Really should be feeding my cheaper solder in there, but it is what it is. Hopefully that works. Gotta let it cool. Okay, that one was a little bit more of a success. Ooh, that's hot. Okay, we're gonna let that cool a little bit. We don't need the soldering iron anymore, so we'll turn that off. We'll clean off the tip. Also, I'm noticing that this is spinning on me. Okay, still 10 amps. Still 10 amps. Also, I think I made a video on the exact battery that I have here. Hang on a sec. Screen. Sure. Tube. Lithium. This guy. Barely got any views. So it's this. There she blows. It's that one. Ooh, hot. Okay, I might regret this. I'm gonna put a little bit of heat shrink. Problem is we cut the holes in this silicone to not accommodate the heat shrink. Also, is the heat shrink gonna fit? No, never mind. I'm not putting heat shrink. That was simple. Okay, so this one's cooled enough. Yep. I don't like the fact that it's all brittle, but it is what it is. So then you go on the positive side. Positive. Are we zoomed in, by the way? This camera is not responding to me anymore. That's it. There we go. No, we were zoomed out. Okay. Okay. Spring tab. This little thing. Downwards towards the spring. Put it in the positive hole. And it might not fit, because we were a bit aggressive with the alignment here. Okay, so I'm going to force it through. Oh my God. This thing is not happy. Problem is, there's a massive spring to get over. Like, the spring force in this thing is insane. And we got our wire discombobulated a little bit. So you really have to give her shit, as it will. See if I can just use a Canadian screwdriver. The Robertson. There we go. Forced it in. So there it is, right up against the spring. We will use our smaller screwdriver to center it a little bit. And there we go. Nicely centered. We'll grab our other terminal. Warm but not hot. Same thing, spring tab down. This one, the wire is not as screwed. So there we go. And then we take our little tabs like this. Again, the wire is a little discombobulated because it absorbed too much. It wicked up too much solder. Used to do your XC60s like that, pushing them in after soldering them, because it kept melting the housing. You got to be faster. See, this one's not melted. Okay, and then this guy in. It's silicone on silicone, so you really got to make sure it's seated. There we go. And then you got the weatherproof cover. Just slides over like this. And it just sits nicely in those little grooves. Oh, it's upside down. This way. And then you see here it has a thin side and a thick side. So this, the long end of the cover goes on the thin side like that. So there we go. And so now we can finally connect to my lithium battery, which is still being charged at 10 amps. Wires are cool. Terminals are cool. Okay, let me move this shit out of the way. I'm gonna put the RC connectors away. I'm gonna have to order more XT60s at some point. Okay, up they go. I'm gonna move this crap out of the way. I just gotta confirm again. Positive is on the flat side here, and on my known good plug down in the bottom of the screen, positive is also on the flat side. So we won't have any lithium fires today. Well, I can't say that. We won't have any lithium fires because of my polarity. Okay, and what we're trying to power is this thing. So essentially, now we got an adapter to go from this speed controller to this big boy battery here through a connector. You were soldering a Chinesium 5-pin DIN plug once and all the pins ended up wonky. Yeah, you gotta be faster. So positive to positive. This has not caught fire. Oh, there we go. It's on. Can turn it off again. So there we go. So now we've got our test rig. We've got a adapter to go to a test rig. We're good to go. Perfect. I think that earned a little bit of coffee drinking. What do you guys think? So now we just need to get my servo tester. And here it is. Servo tester, DIY. Coffee drinking approved. Good. Yeah, not caught fire is a really good bar here. Blinking lights in. So I got my DIY servo tester. Now we just need to figure out if this will work on an electronic load. But how much current can we pull? We've got 600 watts on my big current tester. How much? So we'll go 12. Let's say this is 13 volts nominal. Let's say. Where's my phone? Oh, here it is. So 13 volts. Wait, it's PEI. 600 divided by 13 volts. That's 46 amps. We'll be able to pull 40 something amps out of this. But the thing is, if it pulls 40 amps and gets red hot, then that's no good. So I guess we will figure that out. Oh, and what's cool is that this has what's called a BEC, battery eliminator circuit. So this will actually feed the 5 volts back to my servo tester. So I won't need to power this. It'll just grab it from here. Good to know. Very good to know. Okay, I'm going to put this away before I lose it. And I guess we'll set up to film a video. Wow, we're filming an unplanned video. Okay, put this in there. Oh yeah, and I need to go get the temperature probe. I couldn't just use a multimeter as a temperature probe. I guess the question is, do I have ready access to a temperature probe? Because if not, then that's a little problematic. Do I have a temperature probe on my wire wall? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Hang on a sec here. Oh, okay, no. Whew. Just gonna show you something. I went to I have a rack with a bunch of like test wires, test leads. And I found this on the test leads. Why does the camera look so bright? Anyways, and I was like, uh-oh, did I already make an adapter and forgot about it? No, the other end is these bananas. Thankfully. Okay, no temperature probe here. So that's a good and a bad sign. It means, wait, no. The no temperature probe, that's a bad sign. Not a good, there's nothing good about it. Probably have to put my battery on the floor too, because I don't have enough room on the workbench for everything. And if I put it over this way, I can't see your chats, and you guys are important to me. Huh, the 18 gauge wire that I used to extend my clamps here, getting a little warm. What do I do about that? I guess I could try to shove this over this way, shove this over this way. But I think I would rather have it under the bench, but then this is pretty short, but then I made an extension 4 feet. I think I'm good. I think I'll have it on the floor. You won't be able to see the flames if it catches on fire though, so that's a negative part of it, but it is what it is, I guess. Let's put this stuff away into the box. I just thought of something. Did I make another box with these connectors in it, and that's why I couldn't find them? It's potentially in this box. Let me just check. Let's cap this. Let's put the cap back on this in case it wants to get shorted by something. Maybe it's in my 12 volt / automotive box. Oh my God. Why do I have, oh. Relays galore. This is just reminding me I've got a shit ton of work to do. No. The connectors are not in here. Fuses and stuff, yes. Not the connectors. Yeah, sometimes. I mean, I think there's a point, I think there's an inflection point. I think there is a point at which you're not organized enough And so it's kind of like, how do I explain this? I think if you're halfway between disorganized and organized, it's worse than disorganized. But if you're fully organized, I think you're good. I think you're safe at that point. Because when you're fully organized, everything is labeled. You have no piles to look around. So you know that you have to go look at your organized piles, and that's what gives you the hint on where everything is. So I think my biggest problem right now is I am semi-organized, where stuff could be put away in bins with labels and everything, but it's not all the time. So I have to look in both the, you know, the disorganized pile and the organized pile. It's both. So I think my bigger problem is that I am semi-organized when I should be full organized. Let's put this. So a lot of the stuff that's here is going to suffer. Are my cells full? 70, 78, 80, and 79. So no. Okay, so like I'm about to move my battery all the way over. Let's just hope nothing shorts out. It is going to crush a little bit of stuff. It's like semi-lightweight. Oh no, wait, I'm gonna put it on the floor. What am I doing? Okay, we just needed to stop charging at literally 10 amps. So yeah, this is gonna go on the floor, I forgot. So this will go in there. Then we just need to check. So these connectors, I'm gonna chop them off. What connectors do I have to replace them with though? I can do bananas. I can do MC4s. So I think the problem with these, so I've standardized, yeah, whatever, making everything fall. I've standardized all my test equipment to use banana to banana. I don't have good solutions for the female. Although I have to say, my big load tester, it does have, oh, my big load tester has a temperature probe. So maybe I'll just use that. So my big load tester, I do have these female bananas. So I guess I can do banana. Okay, oh, actually, are these shitty bananas the same size? Oh my God, they're the same size. I don't have to modify anything. Awesome. Damn, I want a burrito. Big load tester, huh? Yes. What are you, 7? That's okay. Some of us here are mentally 7 anyways. Okay, so I think I'm all set. I would really like to see the current drop off on this a little bit on this battery. But that might not happen. By the way, I have another one of these lithium batteries to unbox. And I have another current monitor for the second one. So essentially, I'll be able to do everything. ESP Now video Pile did is now out for us mortals. Nice. Curiously, I'm going to check something. Checking something. What was I doing again? I don't know. Oh yeah, now I remember. I mean, all Pile of Stuff's videos are good. I do want to mess with ESP Now. I have ideas for my automotive channel and a nice crossover between my electronics and automotive. Okay, well, I'm getting impatient. Like, I don't know how much more voltage I need. Like, this thing has 13.52 volts. It's charging at 125 watts. This is what I'm looking at here, the display. I think for our testing we'll be fine. Nothing is getting warm. This charger I have doesn't even have a lithium mode. I have two chargers. I have a 20 ampere and a 10 ampere. Okay, let's plug this thing in and get it set up for what we need to do while this continues to charge. Where was I? Oh, yes. Get out of there. This is something I recommend everyone does, by the way. When you have a new toy, label the power pack for it, because you get to a point where you have like thousands of frickin' power packs. Okay. So I think this thing does constant resistance. Oh my God, it's so bad. The screen, I hate these little OLEDs because they are very bad. Also, there's something wrong with this because it like turns on by itself. Anyways, you see it? You see it twitching? Look at that. capacitance from my hand. Weird, huh? I think this wire might be broken. I don't know. Whatever it is, not great. Okay, so menu. No, is it press and hold? Okay. Constant volts, constant resistance. Okay, now we want nope. Okay. Probably want like 1 ohm. So 1 ohm at 13 volts will only be 13 amps. So we actually want more than, we want less than that. $10 milliohms should give us 130 amps. So we should be able to control, it might be too much, too little. Okay, 50 milliohms, so 13.5. You do the math here. 13.5 divided by 0.5, that's 27 amps. 0.4 will be 33 amps. 0.3 will be 45 amps. 0.2 will be 67 amps. So let's go 0.2. There we go. That'll be pretty insane, I think. Why not use a bench power supply? My strongest bench power supply can only put out 24 amps. And we want to test this as high as we can reasonably go, which is going to be somewhere in the 40 to 50 amp region. That's why. Also, these batteries, they can supply 100 amps for 10 hours. Or sorry, for a whole hour without breaking a sweat. Whereas my equipment here is going to start getting hot. I'm pulling power from the plug, like that's a lot. So this thing can deliver 1200 watts. That's why. And it's fused now, so we're good. We shouldn't be able to go much over 67 amps because I have a 60 amp fuse, but we're going to see. Yeah, no problem. Questions are always accepted here. No such thing as stupid questions. Now, if I know my students very well, I would say no such thing as stupid questions, only stupid people. But that's only when you know the students well enough that they know you're kidding. Because that's not true at all. Okay, I think we had enough. We had enough. Let's make this video. So how do I stop this charging? I think I just unplug it from the wall. Okay, unplugged from the wall. Now I can unplug from the cables. And then I can unplug the cables. Good. Plug the cables back into the charger. And we're going to put the charger over where we can find it when we need it next. It's over here. Okay, let's see what the battery's reporting. 13.37 volts. 8 people hanging out, bonding over hobbies is the best of the internet these days. Yeah, I agree. A lot of internet people have asked me to make a Discord server for just that reason. But my answer is, there are a ton of Discord servers already. And so why not join one of those instead? Like Brian Locke's or Big Clive's, or, you know, there's tons of Discord servers. I think for the most part, extra Discord servers are really just there for advertising purposes. Like, some have really good communities, but sometimes the reason for a Discord server is just to have people to advertise to, and that's not my jam. And so, yeah, do your things, folks. So I don't know what I think the better thing that I could say is, I'm not sure what I would add to the conversation. Yeah, more fragmentation is not better for the community. Correct. That is correct. That is also what I'm trying to say. Okay, so like this. This is some sort of programming sticker. We're gonna see. We're gonna see what it's like. Gonna need this. Gonna need these. I think there's enough new. Right? Like, the thing is, there's so many novel places to go on the internet. We don't need more. My opinion. The other thing is, I actually fundamentally dislike Discord. That could be a question for another day, but I have a fundamental dislike for Discord. I like Discord for its original intended purpose, which is communicating between two people who are doing other things like gaming or whatever. I do not like that internet forums have moved onto Discord. They are now gone from searching. You can no longer index, like Google doesn't index Discords. So there's a lot of information that will be lost forever because it can't be archived on archive.org or whatever. How to get rid of the widescreen YouTube. What? How to get rid of the widescreen off YouTube on PC. I'm not sure what you mean. I'm going to be very honest here. Oh, if it's theater mode, then here. Let me. Oh, I see, because you can't see chat. Yeah, okay. So down here, there's theater mode and default view. Hotkey is T. What the hell? Morning prayer and worship. Get out of here. Don't recommend. Get out of here. So hotkey is T. All right. Coffee mug is leaving a shadow. I don't care what they're praying to. I don't want any prayers on my YouTube. Separation of church and entertainment. All right. Oh, microphones. Jesus Christ. That was close. We almost had a catastrophe. We were ready to go and everything. No, no praying. I don't, you can watch praying all you want. I don't want praying on my YouTube. All right, so here it goes. This is going to be kind of an experimental video. So I picked up this Hobbywing Quick Run 1080 brushed ESC, a speed controller for brushed motors. And I want to run it at, I don't know, about 40 amps. And this says it's rated for 80. So I thought, okay, that's fine. I'll buy it. And peak is 80. I don't know what the I don't know what the constant rating is, but according to their little sheet they sent with it, the constant is 80 and the peak is 100 and the peak is 400. So I need to test this out. So here it is. I'm not sure if I'll be able to test it out, but I think I'm going to put it onto an electronic load and see if we can just drive it with my servo tester. And I won't be able to pull 80 amps. I just don't have any capabilities to measure that much or to pull that much. But we're going to try our best and we'll see what happens. Like I said, just an experimental video today. There we go. Okay, let's get this set up. Okay, this can go over there. Gonna have to zoom out a little bit too. Yeah, I got you, Franco. It's okay. I'm praying for the smoke to stay in. So I'm surprised I didn't generate more controversy about my Discord statements. So I know it's so like integral to people's lives now. I have a Discord rant planned for second channel videos. Need to get my silicone mat. Need to shake it out into the garbage first. You hate Discord, huh? So here is my methodology. I've got my A-Torch 600 watt electronic load set to constant resistance mode. I'm going to see what 20 milliohms gives us. It should give us enough headroom to go up to like the mid 40s worth of current. This thing works up to 12 volts. I think it's a 2 to 3 cell LiPo. That's about 12 volts. So I'm going to be feeding it 12 volts from the big lithium battery that I made a video on. So you can check out that video in the description if you want to see what we're working with. And I'm going to use my servo tester to activate the power to it. And I'm going to see if we can, slowly ramp up the power until we get to, you know, 600 watts. This is what I'm going to have as a max. Sadly, you won't be able to see the reading on here because the screen is just very dim, but I will be calling out as much as I can. So let's get that set up. Oh, and I don't have a lot of faith also because it comes with these really crappy barrel motor connectors. These are like really low end, which is another thing that makes me doubt the current handling capabilities of this thing. But I will be shoving my banana plugs through it, and then the banana plugs will go directly to here. I don't have 4-wire measurement set up. It just is what it is. Let's make it work. There we go. My first thing I do when I get into a Discord is I disable all notifications because it's so annoying. Ground 5 volts and signal should be this here. So that's good. Now we're going to power this banana. So we'll put red on yellow, black on blue, and then red on red, and black on black. So like so, like so. Like so. Maybe I'll try to dim my studio lights. Maybe I'll try to turn them off so you get a better view. So now if I go, nope, that doesn't work. Can I swap? Nope, 1/60th. Here we go. Okay, you can see the screen a little bit better now. You guys might not be able to see it very well. How's it going, Lock Watcher? Glad you're still here. So we're just going to shove this temperature probe down there. Okay, that's going to be good. That's going to be good. That's it. That's all I can do, really. Okay, so let me try that again. I genuinely don't have any idea how this is going to work, so it is what it is. You're just along for the ride. And no matter what happens, you guys will think that I'm lying about it, so you guys can go check out my live streaming channel in the description below, and you can actually see me literally try this for the first time live. So here it goes. This is a fused lithium battery, so it should be okay. Okay, no explosion. That's good, but I need to power this on, this thing on. It will give the 5 volts to this, which will start letting us control the servo. And let's see what happens. So power on. Okay, now I don't remember which mode is which, so let's see if this does anything. Nope. Maybe I should connect a servo to see what's going on here. I just want to make sure that we are sending power in the right place and ground in the right place. So let's hook this up. Oop, here we go. And okay, that is not, oh, okay, here's the control. So now we're down all the way to the bottom and all the way to the top. So I can unplug this servo now, and we can turn on the load and see what happens. It's says over 600 watts. Oh, here we go. Oh, I see we were at full throttle there, I think. Oh, true. I forgot. This is a car remote control. So that means that this has a center as the throttle. So going this way, I can get 5 watts, 6 watts, 7 watts. It doesn't let us go any further. Go in the other direction. No, won't let us do in reverse. Seems like I can only send about 5, 7, 8, 9 watts. I'm wondering if maybe, oh, actually it's off now. Turn it on. Maybe that would be better. Here we go. Okay, we got 5 amps. Gonna go a little bit further. Oh, over 600 watts. And the overpower protection has cut on. Okay, so let's change the constant resistance up a little bit. Let's go up to 1 ohm and try like that. So now it's on. Three amps, 5 amps, 6 amps, 8 amps, 9, 12. So now we're at 12.3 amps. So that's good. Temperature should be written over here somewhere. 27. It's not super hot. Okay, but now we need to drop the resistance a little bit. So we are now at 13.5 amps. We are now at 15.5 amp. We're at full throttle. We are at 17 amps, so we're just slowly ramping down. We are at 20 amps, so now it's at 20 amps. Should be getting a little warm. Okay, let's check these connectors for heat. This one's not hot. This one's not hot. This one's not hot. That's good. All right, let's go down even more. I'm going to move down to the last decimal here. So 55 milliohms, 20 amps of current draw. This is good. So far, so good. 50 milliohms, 22 amps. Starting to smell some heat, but I don't think it's from this. I think it's actually from my load. Let's drop it even more. 45 milliohms, we're at 24 amps. Honestly, there's no fan on here, and this is still cool to the touch. That's good, let's keep it up. 40 milliohms. We're at almost 30 amps of draw. $30 milliohms. We're at 35 amps of draw. We are dropping voltage now, big time. So where are we dropping that voltage? The terminal block on the load is getting quite warm. These connectors, not too bad. These are really not as bad as I thought. The XT60 is barely warm. Terminal on the lithium cell, not bad at all. We are pulling 33.9 amps from it. So let's go down even more. Oh, I'm feeling heat now. These 12 gauge wires are getting warm. Warm to the touch, not hot. 25 milliohms, we're at 40 amp draw. This is honestly where I would use this the most, around the 40 amp mark. Really, most of the heat is coming from these banana pins over here. And this terminal block is getting quite hot. I'm going to push it a little bit further. Oh, we went over 600 watts. Didn't watch my current here. Where's the watts? There. It's not that. Oh, wait. Okay, the speed controller went a little cuckoo. No, we're not able to power it. So the speed controller may have went into protection. Here we go. I wasn't checking my watts. Oh, it's not letting me. It's interesting. The speed controller seems to have a problem. Here we go. When you have too low of a resistance. Yeah. Oh, and this is off. Well, that explains that. I forgot my electronic load would have shut itself off. Okay, what's my watts here? 300 watts. All right, let's go down, but keep an eye on the watts, on the power. So that's 400 watts. Nope, it said over. Nope. Okay, for some reason the electronic load is saying over 600 watts, but we're not. See, it said immediately over 600 watts. Interesting. So let's see. Okay, here we go. Oh, over current protection over 40 amps. Seems like these two both have protection circuits and they're fighting each other. It's making it hard for me to ramp it up to high enough current. So there's 30, that's on. Nope, it's not happy about that. Yeah, both of these things have overcurrent protection that's fighting each other. Turn it off and back on. So here it goes. So we can't go over 40 amps on this. Okay, there we go. So I think that's the problem. It was going up over 40 amps, so we can't go over 40. So there's 39, so we could pull 39 amps. I'm very impressed because this is still ice cold. I mean, not ice cold, but colder than my hand. We are getting a large voltage drop. These terminal blocks are getting very, very hot. But that's incredible. We are pulling a lot of current out of this thing. And honestly, the heat is not coming from here. The heat is coming from my electronic load. Well, I'll be dipped. That's pretty cool. All right, so to answer your question, we're at 10.14 volts. So we are getting a voltage sag. We're not doing a 4-wire measurement though, so I don't know what the voltage is up here, because that's all that's really important. But this thing, it is getting warm now. But that warm, not hot. Looks like it's 36 degrees Celsius. So this thing can handle 40 amps with no fan. I would add a fan to this. These wires from the battery are getting warm now because they're at 40 amps. The Dean's is completely cool. That's incredible. And off. These things are blowing like crazy. That's incredible. I was surprised. And as for high-speed drones, it's not made for drones because it's brushed. So drones use brushless motors. So actually, for drones, it is a lot harder. It's a lot harder to find brushed speed controllers than brushless ones. But I'm actually very impressed with this. If I put a little fan on there, this thing will be perfectly fine. And actually, I was thinking of thermal taping it to the hull of my aluminum boat, so it should stay pretty cool. That's really impressive, and it should be waterproof, right? It says, yeah, waterproof. So now, how do we push it beyond 40 amps? We can go up to 60. We can go up to 60, but it's not happy with too low of a load. But it just seems like it'll run my trolling motor like easily. We'll have to do some tests on the water. Yeah, only tiny drones use brushed motors than ESCs. But even so, now most little drones have gone to tiny little brushless motors. Welcome back, Franco. So I think this was a success. I mean, we managed it. These this little motor driver works really well. I would have no qualms putting this into like the train or whatever. It's so small too. I think they were expensive though, so let's see. Quick run 1080 G2. G2. Yeah, it was expensive. That's the welcome deal. Let me see on my signed in account. 70 bucks. Hang on, I'm just gonna see. Yeah, not available. Looking for one you can actually buy. $60 Canadian.
not that bad. $80. Looking for one that I haven't, that's not overpriced and has an affiliate link. They want to keep the money for themselves. They're not eligible for the affiliate program. It's hard to find a good quality brushed speed controller, so I am thrilled. I am actually thrilled. Here we go. Get link, copy. Paste. That's an affiliate link, folks. So $60. $52.38. Actually, is it free shipping? Yeah, it's like $60. Something like that. $15 of shipping. Basically a higher powered governor speed controller. Yes, that's exactly what it is. But the thing is, it is just a motor driver. So it'll just run whatever motor. So yes, it is made for, so yes, it'll be made for, like, this is a giant motor. This is a sort of like a more regular sized motor. So yeah, it'll do these motors just fine. Here's a big but not unreasonable size for an RC car. So it'll do all these motors, but the thing is that what I want it to do is I want it to power. Just hang on a second here. If I pull my back, it is totally chat's fault. So I'm gonna blame you guys. Ugh. 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 It's dusty because it's in storage right now, but I want it to power this thing, my trolling motor, because the plan is to make an autonomous version of my trolling motor. Oh my god. Oh my god, this thing weighs a fucking ton. So you can buy GPS trolling motors, but the problem is, the problem with GPS trolling motors is that they're like $3,000. Let me see here. Let me see if I can find. Okay. Oops. So just trolling motor, basic trolling motor. Here, $200 ish, $300. Let's just say, yeah. Here, you get a $200 trolling motor. Okay, you can get it like right now. But if you go GPS trolling motor, okay, $2,000, $2,000. This one is not GPS. Don't know why it showed up there. Oh, it's all sponsored results. $2,900. So thousand. Here's one too. $3,500. So as usual, I'm like, I want this, but I don't want to pay for it. So I will buy a $60 controller, and I will buy a $200 RC GPS system, and I will convert my trolling motor. Why is the GPS feature so expensive? Because they can charge it. Steering, thank you for asking. I appreciate you asking. This is a large servo for steering a big RC car. This is a much larger servo for steering a much larger RC car. So this will be the steering for the trolling motor, and then it'll all happen with, if I can find it in here. So there's a GPS antenna. This is the Pixhawk Pro. So this is what's going to control, should be some servo plugs. Yep, servo plugs here. So that'll plug into here and away you go. I would love to answer that question. I actually don't know, Smith. I think so. I think it should do Ardu Rover, Ardu Pilot. I don't actually know the answer to that. I just know that this is something you can use for autonomous whatever. And that's what I'm going to do. And so I will grab my laptop. I will put in waypoints, and then I will select my waypoints and have it go so I can fish hands-free. And who's going to pay for it? YouTube is. And by YouTube, I mean basically the views I get on YouTube are going to offset the cost, so it won't be as expensive, because I really did spend quite a bit of money. I've spent probably $400 on this project so far, and I haven't even done anything yet, but it'll make content, right? You have to be a little bit content-brained when you do YouTube. Let's see, my 1, 2, 3, 4. Nope, not ready yet. So that's the goal. That's the goal. Plus, it'll get me making stuff and whatever. I'm making a boat motor with autopilot, correct. I am indeed. That is exactly what I'm doing. And the reason is because on my downtime, I like to go fishing. So yeah, this will offset that. All right, let's do a little outro before I forget. Let's turn back on these lights. Let's go down to F10 like we were before. Channel RC Test Flight does tons of autonomous boat. Yep. Yeah, RC Test Flight is the man. I asked him to come onto the podcast and he said, no, thank you. I mean, it is what it is, right? Not everyone's going to come onto the podcast. His name is also Dan, which is interesting. Okay. Well, I mean, I don't really know what to say. I didn't expect great things out of this. It is a little bit on the pricier side as far as brushed speed controllers are concerned, but it is very difficult to find a good quality brushed speed controller, as most of the RC world has moved on already to brushless motors. But there are some things that just aren't available in brushless. And on top of that, since this is a brushed speed controller, you can do things like control the intensity of a giant LED, for example, or you can drive an electronic load to test to see if it's, it's good. There's a lot of things you can do with this little module, and I hope that you're going to be subscribed to the channel once I do put it into use, hopefully this summer. Link in the description for one of these if you want to get one, because they are a little hard to find in this quality. And thank you for watching. There we go. That's it. So we made a quick little video. It's going to be 3 scenes. I should be able to edit it like super quick like that. So that'll be great. This is awesome. So I got something out of the way here. I do need to go to the grocery store today. Let me check how the roads are. Let's see, because I don't know if I'm gonna. Let's see, City of Ottawa traffic camera. Let's check 417. Okay, the roads are good. We got like 30 some centimeters of snow yesterday. Okay, oops. Let's check. 417, 174. That looks like traffic. That looks like a lot of traffic. Oh, these are not even the City of Ottawa. Let's check. This is the West End. That looks not too bad. Let's check like Centertown, Bank and Gladstone. Look at the pile of snow. Living in Arizona, USA, it's been a while since you had to think about how the roads are. Yeah. I had to shovel twice yesterday. I saw Leitrim somewhere. Bank in Leitrim, so that is in the south. I mean, you can see the roads still have snow coverage on the turn lanes and stuff. Oh, I saw Rideau. Rideau is like downtown. Oh, Albion and Rideau? No, that's not downtown. That's south. Yes, that's kind of a little bit rural. But like Rideau Street is downtown. Carling, Catherine, Coventry. This is East End. Yeah, okay, you see the plow hasn't passed here. So you can tell like the plow has gone on this side of the street because it's black. And this side of the street, the plow has not gone through. So there'll be roads that are sketchy depending on where I'm going. I have winter tires, but it's not me that I'm worried about, it's others. This is downtown, Elgin and Somerset. Yeah, look, the sidewalk plow has been by. Crazy, huh? How much snow? Blair and Ogilvy, I think this is East End. I think so. I think Blair is East End. Yeah, plow has gone by on these. Uh, 174 is east, for sure. Yeah, these are all nice roads. Okay, so some of the East End has been done, but a lot of these are main roads that haven't been done. Hawthorne, Hazeldean, that's West End, Stittsville, Maine. Yeah, that's a little out of the city. So, yeah, it's a little, plow has sort of not been by. let's see, Riverside. So Rideau and Sussex, you can't, Rideau and Sussex is right downtown. I don't know which one is Rideau Street. Oh, this is Sussex. So the US Embassy is like up here. And the Parliament is this way to your left. But as you can see, like right downtown, and the plow hasn't really been by. Let's go all the way down, see what we got. Woodruff, that's West End. Transitway in Walkley. Stranraer, that's west as well, Woodruff. Saint Laurent and Transitway, that's east-ish, I think. This is all clear. Okay, that being said, I think I'm going to call it a day here. I think I'm going to go see if I have anything to eat quickly. If I don't, I'll just go to the grocery store, and then I think we're going to call this a day. Got another video to edit, it seems, so I am hoping to catch you guys on the next one. As far as I know, I am not working tomorrow, so I'm probably going to stream tomorrow morning again, and hopefully I'll have another 1 or 2 videos edited. If you want to check out the videos that I just put out today on Patreon, you can subscribe to Patreon, or you can become a channel member. Not on this channel. You have to go onto the Simple Electronics YouTube channel, my main channel, and then you can join there, and then it'll be in your, on the posts. Yeah, it'll be on the post. There'll be an extra post here where I will be, where you'll see my early access stuff posted. So go ahead and check that out. And I did link the live streams now, so people can't complain. It's right there. So I will, you pronounce Essex? Wait, Sussex is pronounced Essex? Interesting. Anyways, I'll see you guys tomorrow. I hope to catch you on the next one.